Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? I tried to make a God of High School character, but it was a lot harder in this game without as much customization and hairstyles to choose from. But if you look at them and pick out the small details, you'll definitely know what I was going for. So hopefully that's good enough. But overall, man, this week's episode of ReZero was absolutely crazy. Not only did we see like every single witch, I believe, that we know about, besides Emilia, I guess you can say. Um, all of them are nuts. I really like Wrath, though. She's pretty hilarious. I'm not crying. This is all my anger. um, but Pride, ugh. Pride is scary. I think because he Pride knew that he was looking at a witch, right? And he just didn't know which witch she was because she ended up taking the position of the one that was supposed to be summoned. And she's looking at him and he's terrified, or at least he's looking at her in the case of he's not comfortable. But here's the thing. The witch, before she leaves and has all the other ones come up, what does she say? What does she say? Oh, don't touch her, and maybe don't even make eye contact. Like, okay, thanks for that heads up. I'm gonna do that with all these witches, okay? Sure, it might not be good, but it's better than the alternative of shaking Pride's hand and being shumbled into pieces, okay? Okay. Then Wrath puts them back together and curses all the curses one witch. I forget which one it was. I think it was the one that she just prepared him. So Pride, and out of that, it's just like, what the heck are they going to do with all these characters? And am I right to assume that all of these characters are the same as the one that summoned them here? Which doesn't necessarily seem to be the case, or it could, because guess who didn't get summoned here? The Witch of Envy, or the one that actually has given him the power to return from death. So why didn't she show up in this area, and she shows up in the real world where the trial is actually taking place, pretty much absorbing the place all into darkness? It's almost as if she's getting rid of this whole entire area for him to go and spend time with witches that she can't stop him from spending time with, and stop him from sharing information that is too important. Hence why all of a sudden he wants to remember everything he's saying with her in there, because it helps him be that much closer to somebody who actually can hear his voice, hear the things that he's suffering through. And it's so sad that it looks like that won't even be the case after a while, because what happens? Something new happens every single time. He keeps going into and learning new information, or since he died, the miasma, the stuff stinked on him a lot more, so he was getting called out for being a cult follower, or at least one of the witches. I think one of the most telling and interesting thing for myself was the fact that Roswell ends up pulling out a book that looks probably exact as Beatrice. So as for the whole following some kind of code or whatever, that just goes to show you he's also in that same regard as her, which scares the crap out of me for all the right reasons, right? He's a freak, and he's ridiculously strong. He clearly went through some torturous thing in the trials, because the one thing that didn't seem like a lie is that he went into the trial and tried. It feels like if he didn't, there's a lot of times anybody who was actually a villager or something could have said something. And just like how the guy who turns into the giant lion hates his guts, Why wouldn't he then share that information that could get that guy out of here in the grand scheme of out of his hair? Maybe some people betray him, you know, like there's a lot of reasons you could do that, and it feels like he's not taking the lion guy or the tiger is not taking that approach against him. Okay, you're showing me a lot here, buddy, but I'm winning. I'm gened. Um, Outside of all of that, though, we see just why the rabbit and the well was created, and the well and the rabbit plus the witch are the two witches that have killed him the most out of all the witches, from what we understand. And it's scary because I just don't know why they gotta make these witches seem like they're not bad. Like Pride didn't seem like a bad witch, but even though clearly she's like one of the most rowdiest of them all. The one that wanted to put the animals out there and doing what they're doing seems the most demented, though. She's demented, but at the same time she's right, because just by killing that well, what did those humans do to the well? They were dragging it to probably feed everybody, but to be fair, it's a demon, man. Like, I'm not I'm not eating no demon well, okay? I know times are tough. I know I probably got shot in the knee with an arrow or bit by the whale on my shoulder or something. Something messed me up. But I am not eating no giant whale or giving it to my family, alright? And that's what this girl, pretty much sounds out is the humans can use these rabbits who can, keep spreading indefinitely and become ridiculously powerful in numbers. But by spreading as much as they do, they can feed so many people, and that's like the only thing she's really thinking about. So, what if all of the things to counteract the whale and the rabbit is just by making the black serpent? So no answer on what the heck the black serpent is. I guess she only wanted to give the answer to the rabbit because it's already been found out. I don't know. So that's always interesting. I really do like this show, but some people had some interesting ways of saying stuff about this show, and I think there's only like one person who watches my videos that would be interested in hearing that, so I'm not going to go too detailed in it because it actually stopped them from watching this show this second season, which is hilarious. And I'll have to try to remember it if they do end up commenting on down below and stuff. So yeah, we'll have to see what really happens with the witch showing up trying to claim her loved one. I love you, I love you, I love you looking girl. And what does that actually mean, right? Where does that actually lead to? And I will definitely let you guys know what I am feeling at the moment when it happens. But until then, I hope you all have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. So with that being said, let me know in the comments what you're feeling about ReZero, one of the deadliest shows out there, and I will talk to you in the next one. Alright, later.